So if you work in the Microsoft 365 world, you've definitely seen these names pop up everywhere: OneDrive and SharePoint. And on the surface, they seem kind of the same, right? They both store files, they're both in the cloud. So what's the big deal? Well, it turns out they're built for completely different jobs, and mixing them up can create a massive headache for you and your whole team.
So let's just get right to it. What is the difference? And probably more important, when are you supposed to use one over the other? That is the exact question we're going to break down right now.
This quote from Connie Clark just nails it. This isn't just about personal preference. Picking the wrong tool for the job can waste some serious time and cause a ton of confusion. That's why getting the core mission of each one is so important. All right, let's start with OneDrive. The absolute best way to think about this is as your own personal space, kind of like your digital desk drawer. It's really just the modern cloud-based replacement for that old My Documents folder we've all had on our computers for years. This is the home for your files, the work that starts and, well, probably ends with you. The key word to remember here is My. So here's the official take. OneDrive is your personal work storage. It's perfect for those draft documents, your personal notes, or really any file that just isn't ready for the whole team to see yet. It's designed for one person. And all of its features are really built around that personal experience. I mean, you can get to your files from any device. It automatically syncs those crucial folders like your desktop and documents, so everything's always backed up. And maybe the most important thing to remember is that sharing is not automatic. It is a deliberate choice you have to make for every single file. Okay, so if OneDrive is your private desk drawer, where does the team keep all its stuff? Well, let's switch gears to SharePoint and see how this fills out the other half of the puzzle. Think of this as the team's filing cabinet. Yep, just like OneDrive replaced My Documents, SharePoint is the cloud version of that old shared company server or network drive. This is where you put the files that belong to the team, the department, or the project. This is for our files.
And its entire purpose reflects that. SharePoint is a collaborative space built from the ground up for resources that are meant to be shared with a group automatically. But here's the thing. SharePoint is so much more than just a shared folder. It's a full-on internal website for your team, a central hub with calendars, news, and links. Access is automatic for anyone who's a member. But here's the real kicker. If you use Microsoft Teams, you are already using SharePoint. Every single file you share in a Teams channel is actually living in a SharePoint site right behind the scenes.
Okay, let's put these two side by side. I think this will make the distinction crystal clear. This slide pretty much sums it all up. OneDrive is your desk drawer for my files. SharePoint is the big office filing cabinet for our files. With OneDrive, sharing is manual. With SharePoint, it's automatic for the whole team. You control your OneDrive files, but in SharePoint, the team or the site owner is in charge of permissions. And finally, OneDrive is mostly about file storage, while SharePoint is a whole collaboration platform. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this actually work in a real day-to-day task? Let's take a look at a super common scenario: building a PowerPoint presentation with your team. And this is where the magic happens. It all starts the moment you save that file to a shared space, either by sharing a link from your personal OneDrive, or even better, by putting it right into the team's SharePoint library. The second it's there, the whole team can just jump right in. You see their little icons pop up, editing slides in real time. You can chat right inside the file. And if anyone makes a mistake, well, version history is your ultimate safety net. So that's how we collaborate with each other. But what happens when we add a totally new kind of teammate to the mix? Now, building on that same foundation, let's bring in the AI. Let's talk about Copilot. This is Copilot in PowerPoint. And honestly, you can think of it as an AI assistant that just destroys the blank page problem. Instead of starting totally from scratch, you can feed it an existing document and bam, it generates a complete draft presentation for you. And it is incredibly versatile. It can pull key points and insights from a Word doc, an Excel spreadsheet, a PDF file, or even one of those collaborative loop pages to build out all the initial slides. I mean, we're talking about saving hours of work here. And using it is as simple as having a conversation. You just open the Copilot chat, you give it a prompt or a file, and it creates a draft. And from there, you can ask it to rewrite text, generate your speaker notes, or even change up the whole design. And when you're done, you guessed it, you save and share it using those exact same OneDrive and SharePoint tools we've been talking about all along. So you can see, getting that foundation right, Your personal space in OneDrive, the team space in SharePoint, that's still the key.